Okay, y'all. We are here today at the Atlanta airport on May 17th, 2026. And this episode is going to be posted on May 20... Sorry, wait, did I say 16th or 26th? It is May 17th. And tomorrow, tomorrow's going to be May 18th. We have some food here. I'm just pacing because... Well, I don't really have anywhere I can sit and record this. So here we are. I got my, like I said, my little journal and some food. My plane boards in like 15 minutes. And I could do this tomorrow, but do I want to do it in Atlanta? Yes. Okay, let's talk about poetry on the patio with Pleiasbians, my party people and they mamas. Poetry on the patio with Pleiades. What? Sorry, I'm moving around, I'm walking, I'm talking, people are looking at me, it's strange. So, yeah, this is episode 50. We have 2 more episodes until the big 1 year, and that's just insane. Let's talk about what this podcast is about. This episode's called Concussions. I don't know how long this episode will be, but it'll be as long as it needs to be. I'm grateful that we have had 4 months since my concussion. That was back in January. It's May now. January to February to March to April, 3 months to May, 4 months. Does it feel like it's been 4 months? Sorta, kinda. Does it feel like it's been no time at all? Kind of, also, sort of. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about. It's been 4 months. Also, I wanted to say that I went to the original taco. It's right there. I don't know if you can see it. Wonderful workers, excuse me. And they were so nice. They only had steak and chicken and pork. And then when I finished ordering, they were like, yeah, we only have pork and chicken. And I was like, damn, I got the last steak. That's so awesome for me. So what has recovery been like? Well, you guys see me recording my podcast in the Atlanta airport while moving, so I think that tells you what recovery's been like. I've been massively irritated, and I know that like everyone has reasons to be irritated because these days are irritating. Like everyone's traveling and being weird. People are recording their podcasts in the airport. What is this? I wish I had like a place to just sit, and I probably could find a place to just sit, but I think it's fun that we're walking around and enjoying the Atlanta airport together. I also wanted to say that I've had tremendous support from my family, my life, my blood force. You can thank my mom and my dad for housing me and for me not to pay rent while I've been struggling with a totaled vehicle. I have a vehicle now also thanks to my parents, thank God. They helped me look for so long. I also want to thank my partner for that, Zach. If it wasn't for the support system that I have, the community that I have, I would not have a vehicle again. And you know, my family's been struggling with vehicles in the first place. We have like 1 vehicle really that works and 2 broken ones between the 4 adults that we have, and that's frustrating. Of course, how could that not be frustrating? So yeah, first I wanted to mention that this is my I turned around, I don't know, we're here, we're there, we're everywhere. I wanted to say this is my first concussion I've ever had. First off, if you've had a concussion before, I don't think that like makes it even better. Like your second concussion is gonna be worse, right? But also like, if this is your first concussion you've ever had, like, do you even know how to handle it? Do you even know what to do? Like, I don't know. Obviously, you don't want to get disabled or over disabilities, but like, inshallah, this will be my last injury, my last concussion like this. Also, inshallah, this will be my last car crash, you know, otherwise I may not be flying or going on Greyhound buses. I should probably like switch hands. This is getting like tiring. But yeah, so you know, it's like a struggle. My bag. We're doing great, y'all. We're doing fantastic. great and fantastic. We don't need to edit any of this out, y'all. Y'all are in this journey with me. 50 episodes in. If y'all are here, thank you guys so much again for being on this podcast with me, for being on this journey. Yeah, so a lot of people in my life have had concussions actually in the past. Like, you know, the first concussion that I've ever witnessed anyone in my life having was one of my friends, Noah, back in high school, who was in football and band. And this guy was such a hard worker, but like, you know, he's still a genuinely hard worker. I just, you know, I've been kind of disconnected with him, mostly disconnected. I don't talk to him much, but, you know, it's like the fact that he came to me and told me how it was for him, and like I felt like so many people were not being empathetic and we're just like expecting him to be fine and like start school again, but like, you know, you never become the same after your concussion, which is such a harsh reality to deal with. Like, it's something more than emotional, you know. It's devastating. It's a tragedy. It's a travesty. I don't know. So yeah, it's really difficult because like also, you know, my friend Morgana has had a concussion recently, and she just went through I think 2 maybe concussions back to back, but also it was not her first one. And like, our heads are so fragile. Like, you guys know Morgana, she was one of my podcast guests, and like, I don't know, our health is so important. And like, again, you know, I've had a concussion too, and like I've heard of many friends and family who have also had some, from a multitude of different experiences, right? Like car crashes, like accidents, falling down the stairs, dementia, unfortunately, so on and so forth. So yeah. Also, interestingly enough, I'm talking about how this has affected my carbon monoxide poisoning, because my carbon monoxide poisoning was like 2 years before my concussion, maybe 3 years. However long it had been, it does not matter. You are double affected again, right? That's disability on top of disability, and that fucking sucks. I know those of you out there who know me, like really know me, know that I had gotten carbon monoxide poisoning, and I've always had asthma, and like, you know, I've smoked and I'm struggling to quit and cut back, but I do feel like, you know, regardless of like that, because like also I feel like it can be medicinal to use that, and that can also help your concussion and your carbon monoxide poisoning, even if it's not helping your lungs. But I did want to share that, like, even if people don't understand your healing methods, it's fine. People never understood my healing methods with carbon monoxide poisoning, and again, that's fine. I guess I'm not like one to judge them for judging me, I guess, but like, it's just like we all get so frustrated and tired and short sometimes, and like, again, you have a concussion, you have carbon monoxide poisoning, these are little things that are like killing you. And yeah, so that's really difficult, right? Having disabilities, we talk about disabilities a lot here. I wanted to do a paper on disability theory at some point in my life, critical disability theory, and plans changed because who I was co-writing that with, like someone that was actually a writer. I say actually a writer, but no, he's an abuser, unfortunately. But, you know, we were gonna do some good work before he was weird to me. And yeah, we never ended up getting to do that good work, but hopefully, inshallah, again, I'll be able to manage writing about critical disability theory and changing, I guess, hopefully some things that we think about with trauma and mental illness and physical illnesses as well. So we're at 10 minutes. Honestly, I'm surprised because, again, like I said, I've got 15 minutes until this flight. So now we have 5 minutes. And they're not boarding yet. I just checked by my gate again. Irritation into moving on. Wow, that's the last thing that I have to talk about here. I really am throwing myself in a ringer with these podcasts these days. Like last week I was talking about water, and like, again, y'all know how passionate I was about speaking about the fact that people deserve free water. Like, I'm currently in Atlanta right now. Like I've been saying, this city is struggling. You can tell they should have free water, you know. We have free waters when it comes to like water fountains. Yeah, but is that filtered? Well, you say it's filtered, but is it clean? Is it coming from your streams? Anyway, I'm irritated. There's a lot to be irritated about these days. Capitalism, anti-capitalism, fascism, what people believe is communism. There's so many things. Separatism, you know, people having differing beliefs in the same system. Sectarianism, I think that's called. Reformist behavior, thinking that we can fix this constitution that was built on white men 200 years ago. All we can do is speak our truth and keep showing up day after day. Here are my hair clips. I don't know if you can see them. But yeah, I've got my last 3 questions that I want to ask myself, because this is apparently an interview that I'm doing for myself, because I've never asked myself these questions. So, oh wow, you know, I didn't think that asking these questions to myself would feel so intense, because, like, you know, at this point I'm putting myself under the spotlight. But am I a friend to myself? Damn, you know, what a bad time to be asking this question. Like, it's so silly. Like, yes, of course I'm a friend to myself. I'm more of a friend to myself than I've ever been in my entire life. You guys know these questions. These are the questions I ask everyone. I'm more of a friend than I've been to myself in my entire life. Does that mean that I feel like I'm a friend to myself? Not currently, no. I think it's changing moment by moment and day by day. And right now, unfortunately, I'm in a place in my life where I feel like I'm being hard on myself, and I feel like I need to be hard on myself, and that's not true. But also, like, when you're in a relationship and you have BPD, borderline personality disorder, this sometimes happens. And I know that. So I've been dealing with it. You know, also, like, I haven't moved to Austin, and I've been struggling with my finances, and I live with my parents. So irritation is everywhere. So like I said, that's been a struggle. And yeah, we continue to try being a friend to ourselves. We try to make it more consistent and constant, and you know, sometimes we're not even a consistent or constant friend to others, even when we want to be. Sometimes we can be, even when we can't be. Like, we're like, oh, I just don't have the energy right now, but we're still able to reach that kindness. And you know, that's not a typical reality, but that's that question. How can I be more of a friend to myself? More patience, dude, more gentleness. That's really it. I need more patience, more gentleness. I deserve to take a risk. I'm thinking about what Otai said, the last person I interviewed, you know, like, I'm thinking about what all my other guests will say, what they have to think about, and I can implement everything that they've said. You know, I can listen to my friends more. I can listen to myself more. I can take care of myself like a friend more, right? And last, but certainly, squirtantly, not least, how can I love myself more? Well, what I'm doing right now is, in a way, exposure therapy, you know. People are seeing me record a podcast in the middle of the Atlanta airport, and that's strange for me. And I think I've been in public spaces before, but I don't think I've ever been in this public of a space. And again, that's strange. So keep doing things like this, keep loving myself, keep showing up for myself. That's all the things we can do to love myself more. And so this is what I show up with every single week to my podcast. We have about 15 minutes on the dock today. I wish I could get more, but again, like I said, we're about to start boarding anytime soon, anytime here. I'm sweaty, I'm cold, I'm hungry, and I'm not. I'm full, I'm stuffed, except I'm not. I'm a walking contradiction. I have multitudes. I live in the duality. Okay, y'all. Thank you again, as always, for being here. You guys know what I'm gonna say. You guys better be taking care of yourselves and loving yourselves and being a friend to yourself more every single day. Educate yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself even a hug and a kiss. You need it. And you deserve it. Brush your teeth. Talk to your friends. Hold each other's hand. And show up another day. And with that,
like I said, we at the airport.
I love you guys so much. And until next time, bye-bye.